Hey all, it's Rob. Streaming some Zoo. Did not get to go first. This is the type of hand where I really wish I had gone first, but at least it's blue, so you figure it's twin something. It's gonna be a race. Might be able to. Well, it's gonna be a race. No way around it. I might be able to, if it's a pester, might kill it, but don't like the looks of this really. Should play this down. No turn one play. It's usually a deal breaker for me, but I risked it. It's a bad hand basically. Mm, that's gone. Yeah, I might be thinking about these as hard casts. So I don't know what he's coming at here. Is like merfolk or something? Fairies? Blue black fairies? I'm not sure where we're going with this. With the Aether Vial. Alright, swing with that. Play alone. If this catches a counterspell, I'm fine with that. That's okay. These guys, I really want to talk about them at length. I think they're excellent in this particular shell because they give abilities to your vanillas. Give them first strike and trample. That let your guys get their damage through, which is exactly what you need. So he's not really I mean, he can be played on turn one depending on the tactical advantage of doing so, but he's more of a turn three guy that comes down and all of a sudden. Um, you know, he's letting your damage punch through from your army, so that's cool. Yeah, that hits. That's good. I don't know if it's twin, I could be just completely in trouble. If Deceiver X Arch comes down, um, got huge problems. If it's Pestermite, I got a chance. So let's go down. What is it? Oh, it's Bob. Okay. See, this couldn't be a twin still, could it? I have to play this like if this is no longer a twin scenario. If it's twin, then I guess I deserve. It was great bait, and I deserve to lose. That works out in my favor, I think. I don't believe it's twin. It's Grixis something. I guess it could still be Grixis twin, but it's just strange with the Aether Vial. That tells me it's going to be a lot of creatures. What was that? Oh, he K-commanded me. Killed my loyalist. Okay, so here's an example. Okay, so I'm testing out Loam Lion over Experiment 1. In this particular case, that's great because this thing would be, the Experiment 1 could have died. So it's better so far. Hmm. I'm gonna be honest with you. Swinging at him with this Loam Lion and pumping him up looks pretty attractive right now. Alright, so we'll start with Atarkus. That's for 4. Yeah, that hurts. Okay, so you have to beat me next turn. Don't care about that. This could kill you. You could kill yourself, maybe. Just ad nauseum or something? Okay. So, yeah. It puts you on a very, very short clock. That is what this deck will do. So, I mean, right now I'm looking at, okay, Loam Lion makes the cut because same reason Kird Ape does. It's here it's interchangeable. It's I guess it's better than Experiment 1. I really like Experiment 1 and it's fun to use, but Experiment 1 is highly dependent on other cards, whereas this is not, just the same way Kird Ape is. So you would never really consider cutting Kird Ape and then for Experiment 1. So for the exact same reason, you have to play the Loam Lion here, I guess. That's my logic on it. Um, so that looks this list is feeling more and more solid. It's really shaping up to being a very, very powerful list. One of my better ones, I think. Not that there's anything original here. I'm just sort of arriving at this type of a list. On my own. That's all I'm saying. So the Legion Loyalist, what I love about him is that he is okay. So he has sure you can play him turn 1. He's a lackluster turn 1 play, but he is very nice on on subsequent turns after playing a different creature turn one. So yeah, he's dependent on other things, but what he brings to the table is so important. He really turns on your ability to get damage through. The trample and first strike means they are not going to be profitably blocking these things with anything, like no, souls, lingering souls tokens. Just forget about all that crap. That's going to do jack shit when you have this guy down. So, his specifically his ability to hate on lingering souls is why he definitely makes the cut here. Where there are some other potential options. Other options are going to be cards like, um, you know, Monastery Swiftspear. You got a great case. It's a really good card. The reason she's not here and Loyalist is here is mainly because this Blood Rush, when you do Blood Rush, it doesn't trigger her prowess. This would trigger her prowess, and this triggers her prowess, but this does not trigger her prowess. If it did trigger her prowess, she would probably end up making the cut more than Legion Loyalist, but I don't even know then, even if it did, if I would, because the loyalist, he really is that good. He lets your guys get damage through, and they can't chump block your guys. They have to block at least fairly, and that really helps you out a lot. It gives you tactical advantage. All your creatures are completely vanilla, except when they swing with loyalist, and now they have two great abilities: first strike and trample. That's exactly what you want on a huge, like, fat ass army. And that's what you have here. So that's my little mini deck tech because the game was pretty short. But you can see it does put, these aren't the greatest decks I'm testing against, but it's just, it's one step up from goldfishing. I mean, I could go through and goldfish if you want and say, oh yeah, I have damage represented here on turn four, but why not just play a game and do the exact same thing? So it's like a real life version of goldfishing. That's all I do here. It's nothing super serious, but I think you could see some strategies being displayed, and that is useful. And I don't care what deck it is. If you're showing strategy, that has use. So for those people who wonder why I showed, tournament practice games, because I think it's a lot better than just showing goldfish. There's plenty of people out there just goldfishing their stuff. But why bother with that? We'll just play a game. I still like to play Magic, so that's why I do it. So appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, subscribe if you like it. There's probably going to be some more zoo stuff because I'm kind of into it, but this is looking like a really tuned up and solid list here, guys. If you're watching my videos and you're looking for an aggressive plan, I mean, it's not cheap. I'm sorry to say that the deck does cost money when you get into the fetch lands, and I don't even have the perfect ones. I have to use what I have. But I do have the Goyfs. I can't really see too much too many cards you could use. There are some budget replacements. If the Flinthoof Boar you could use, that's probably good enough. Goyf is Goyf though. There's no substitute when he's big. So yeah, I guess maybe you could try the if you weren't running the Goyf, I guess you could run the Skoos here. Uh, you know, I might even think about that because the only thing that I'm using graveyard wise is the Goyf. That's the only resource. So it's kind of a wasted resource right now. The Skoos could be um, graveyard resource, but I usually don't have mana left over. So I mean, I'm kind of strapped for mana the way this deck works. I don't have a ton of it just to sit around and pump Skoos the way some decks do. So I mean, it's Goyf. Come on, guys. There's no replacement. You got to get these things if you want to play a really aggressive deck. And if you want to play a really aggressive deck, I think Naya Zoo is the way to go. I think these three cards here push this deck over the top because all three of these have potential to deal more than 4 damage, and they all cost 2. This can be 6. This is usually 4, but sometimes it has an outline in case you got a huge, like a 5-6 Goyf swinging, and then you double strike it. It hits for 5 in that case. It's a fringe case, but you can sometimes do nasty combat tricks with the double strike too. And the Goyf like kills another Goyf and stuff. So that's cute. Um, This, yeah, it's going to be 4, but it could like put like say you hit a Nikadal that's getting chump blocked by a Lingering Souls token, and then you blood rush it. Now, well, the Nikadal 2 of its damage goes through that would not be normally added to your damage total. Now you get to take 2, so that's like hitting for 6. You know, when you add the trample onto it, it's a little bit more difficult to use in that you have to use it on an attacking creature. But we have enough creatures. There's going to be a target, so that's a great card here. It's high value, and this we've already talked about. This card's insane. If I could run 8 of these things, I would. Um, Definitely, I would just dump one of those 2 and then run 8 of these if I could. That card is that good. Um, but I don't know if I could say that about Lightning Bolt. No, I guess I could, but yeah. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think. Appreciate it. Bye.